Namaste everybody. I am Tornaraj Paudel, Nepal Open University. My roll number is 75153133. I am going to make my presentation on introducing translation studies. A translation has been defined in different ways. Roger Govin suggests translatology to define the term translation, but later Greek purists rejected the combinations and the scholar started to coin a new term where combinations means that Roger Goffin suggests to add ology to the translation to define the term. And in 1964, Eugene Nida suggested new term translation science and entitled his theoretical handbook towards the science of translating. This means that Nida published towards the science of translating, and instead of translatology, he suggests to write towards the science of translating. This means the term translation science has been referred by Eugene Nida. But it took translation in the category of pure science like physics and chemistry. This translation science covers only the part of pure science like physics and chemistry, and it cannot cover human science. This means that the science of humanities, social science. Therefore, there started a new trend of using the term translation studies in naming new disciplines, mainly in the domain of humanities and social sciences. That's why new term translation studies was coined to refer to the new area, the area of humanities and social science. In this way, the definition of translation studies emerged. As such, translation studies is to be understood as a collective and inclusive designation for all research activities taking the phenomena of translation as their basis for focus. On the basis of the discussion or on the basis of the criticism made by different scholars, the new definition of translation was coined. And the definition of the translations mainly focuses on collective and inclusive designation for all research activities taking the phenomena of translation as their basis for focus. In this way, the scope and objectives of translation studies has been defined. Translation studies has two main objectives. They are to describe the phenomena of translating and translations as they manifest themselves in the whole of our experience. To describe the phenomena of translating and translations. Description. Here the term describe has been highlighted. In the second one, to establish general principle by means of which these phenomena can be explained and predicted. In the second definition, in the second category, explanation and prediction, two terms have been highlighted here. From the objective described above, we can categorize translation studies into two groups. Therefore, according to the scope described above, the categorizations of the types or the divisions of translation can be done in three different ways. These are descriptive translation studies (DTS) or translation description (TD), and the second one is theoretical translation studies (TS) in short, or translation theory (TTH). And let me describe the terms one by one. Descriptive translation (DTS). Descriptive translation can be categorized into three different types. The term descriptive itself gives the meaning that some describes something, and they again can be categorized into three different terms. The first one is product oriented (DTS). Description of in this type, the description of individual translation of particular text is focused. And comparative translation description, in this comparative form of description of translation looks at various translation of the same text. The comparative translation here means that comparisons made by different translators may translate the same text in quite different ways, and the comparison of these different texts comes under this comparative translation description. And the second one is function oriented DTS. Function oriented DTS is interested in the description of the function of translated text in the recipient, socio-cultural context, or study of context. This means that such type of translation mainly focuses on socio-cultural context. The term socio-cultural refers to the society and the culture together. And the third one is process oriented DTS. Is concerned with the process or act of translation. Process, the main focus of this type of translation is process. Our translator mind works. Why he chooses certain word style or others, yeah, to an extent it has to do with the translation psychology, and process oriented DTS focuses on psychology of the translator. And the next one is translation theory. Yeah, this the second branch of pure translation study is theoretical translation studies or translation theory. It is too ambitious to develop a general translation theory. It is very difficult to define general translation theory that is all inclusive. Holmes points out the following 6 partial translation theories. Number 1, medium restricted translation theories, human translation. Under human translation, there are 2 types again: oral translation, consecutive and simultaneous translations, and the second one is written translations. The terms oral and written themselves give the meaning of the type very clearly. The second type is machine translation performed by computer software, and these days there are various machines we can translate the languages into the target one, and these are computers and software. Google Chrome can be one example. And mixed translation, mixed edit translations is called mixed translation. Yeah. And number 2, area restricted theories, language Nepali to English or Nepali to Hindi, particular specification comes under this area restricted theories. And culture, number B, culture, the culture gives its meaning. The degree of actual limitation can vary in both cases. Yeah, area restricted theories. The next one is area restricted theories, language Nepali to English or Nepali to Hindi. P, culture, the degree of actual limitation can vary in both the cases. Number 3, rank restricted theories. They take a text but deal with the use of certain language ranks like words, phrases, sentence structure, etc. Number 4 is text type restricted theories. It deals with the problems of translating specific types, genres of text, example, religious, legal, scientific, literary text. This means that restricted theories restrict the particular area, particular field of language, religious. Yeah, it deals with the problem of translating scientific genres, for example, types of genres here means subject area, religious field language, legal field language, legal documents, scientific documents, literary text. Yeah, translation on the focus of these types, yeah, come under this text type restriction. In number 5, the fifth number is that time restricted theories. Time restricted theory, the time, yeah, it limits time, it bounds with time. Theories dealing with contemporary text, theories dealing with text of older period. And the last one is problem restricted theories. These include theories dealing with more specific problems of general translation theory, including variance and invariance, translation equivalence in TL, translation of idioms and metaphors. For example, a bad carpenter quarrels with his tools. The exact translation of such idioms and metaphors is not possible. Therefore, the meaning should be maintained in translations on the target language so that the readers can easily understand the meaning of the translation of the idioms and metaphors. In this way, yeah, let me finish it here. Thank you very much for all. See you again.